Welcoming you back, let's begin. The chances of marriage for American women are harmed by broke males. We'll read the piece right now. Would you look at it? It was found in the New York Post, so of course we should. It's brief and discusses the need for guys with their act together. The recent decline in marriage rates may have something to do with the scarcity of financially attractive male partners who can support their families, according to a new study that may not come as much of a shock to all single women out there. This is according to the paper published on Wednesday in the Journal of Family and Marriage. Most American women want to get married, but the current lack of marriageable men with a stable job, and men with a good salary make this exceedingly difficult. I'll discuss this one later because it's probably a long one. First of all, what constitutes a good salary is incredibly subjective. Consider women's delusions that a good wage is Mr. Six Figures, which, let's face it, is what 10% of the 1% of the population earns over whatever hundreds of thousands of dollars they all desire. How many more guys would be eligible for marriage if these ladies had realistic dating requirements, since the select man they seek is like the 1%ers of the population, and there aren't enough of those to go around? How about that? Of course we'll blame guys, of course. Why don't researchers created profiles of hypothetical spouses based on real husbands as logged in the American Community Survey data, and then compared these spouses with actual unmarried men to investigate the man drought? Litcher continues. Unless your dream man is an Uber driver, the lack of would-be grooms is noticeable in the current gig economy of unstable, low-paying service jobs. They discovered that a woman's made-up husband earns 58 more than the available suitable bachelors. This study finds significant shortages in the pool of available potential husbands. The study finds that many young men today have little to offer in the marriage bargain, making it a wreckage for men rather than a bargain, especially given that young women's educational levels are now on average higher than those of their male suitors. Additionally, some women are even starting to date lower in order to find a lifelong partner. Sure, marriage involves a lot of love, but at its core, it is also essentially an economic transaction. Never forget, lads, that what they're telling you is part of an economic transaction. The proof is in the pudding. They don't care about love or any of that, according to what today's culture is telling women. Instead, your value lies in what you can provide and what you can provide. And this is what they're looking for today. As we can see, the odds don't look good for a woman. They're becoming more and more educated, which we've seen less and less men are going to college because it's for what men see. It's a raw deal to go to college first. You go on a campus where they hate you, toxic masculinity, the patriarchy, etc. For a job you probably won't have coming out of college, it's a raw deal. You might as well. You'll have a much higher chance of success if you do that, and you won't graduate with a mountain of student loan debt that is effectively a mortgage that you can't discharge. At least not in America. Once you have student loan debt, it hangs over your head for a very long time and severely restricts your financial ability to start a family. Women graduate from college in debt and expect to find a man who will take on that debt and pay for everything. Okay, women release themselves from all of that when they get married because a man is going to pay for all of her mistakes, all of her one-night stands, all of her damage from Chad, and all of her college debt. Because it's transactional. As the article stated, women can literally attend college, do whatever they want to do, and expect to get married and completely offload all of their debt onto the man. But men can't do that in reverse. It doesn't work that way. As a man, you have to be wise with your money, or you will literally die alone because you can't. According to this, if you make careless judgments like this as a guy and have a family that can't afford anything, your life will be ruined. So sure, college is losing its appeal for males due to the current culture that demonizes men, the current economic incentives, and the career prospects. Sadly, there is no prestige in blue-collar work since women prefer men with college degrees. He may only make $30,000 a year, but in their eyes, if he has a college degree, he is better than Mr. Guy Plumbing. This problem is only going to get worse, man. I'm talking about the audacity of that one woman to say, "Oh, there are a lot of butt-injured men in these comments." The presence of a Cashapp on a profile. This article blames men for not stepping up to the plate. But can we talk about what a man looks for in a woman for a marriage that women aren't stepping up to that plate? Why is there no article that claims there's a shortage of traditionally minded women that men are after as a marriage prospect? Women are failing to be feminine today. Why are there no articles like that? It's claiming that these men are laconic. Can we talk about what a man looks for in a woman for? It's okay for articles to say that, but we have no articles that say women aren't real women anymore. Women don't know how to homemake anymore. Women are not attractive as prospects for marriage to men in the current dating pool. We don't have any articles saying that. Isn't that weird how the narrative is so one-sided? I mean, the article literally says men who have their act together, economically attractive, broke men are hurting American women's marriage prospects. Do you see what I mean? It's literally man's fault. What if men just want to go there? And wait, they don't want to deal with the PR little princess complexes that they're seeing in the dating pool. What if they want a woman that knows how to cook and clean? What if they don't want a woman that works all day? They want a woman to stay at home and watch the kids. You ever think that men have different wants and needs before he finds a woman to put a ring on? Right, he's looking for specific things that these women don't have. Like the way to stay. A man is not economically attractive. Maybe her homemaking skills aren't attractive for a man. We can put labels and double speak on everything. At the end of the day, they're saying men aren't men anymore, and it's all your fault. Women are not to blame for absolutely nothing. And if you were just a better man, then women would have been getting married at rates similar to the past. Not a single person in the mainstream media wants to deal with the actual truth. Instead, they push this stupid narrative and refuse to acknowledge that there aren't as many good women to marry now as there were in the past. When you see videos on TikTok of women being 18 and having 100 bodies before 18, or women saying that guys who conduct street interviews ask girls what their body count is and they respond with 50 or 100, there are some women out there who are worth getting married. And they given you numbers that are shocking. What the hell? Those were numbers professional sex workers put up. Why the hell? And this is all for female empowerment. Why would you want to marry somebody with a body count like that as a man? Dude, it goes against every single thing. Like, men value virginity, right? In almost all parts of the world, virginity is something that's valued in a woman. It elevates a woman above all others. This is why women are the ones that shame the most. They shame each other the most. And this is why women with the crab in a bucket mentality will try to pull down other women that are sexually conservative. Girl, stop. Why do you gotta be such a prude? Girl, give it up. Let's go party. Oh my God, that guy's so hot. Just you should sleep with him. It's gonna be amazing. If you find a woman with a very low body count or a virgin, she is not hanging out with any of these so-called modern queens, dude, because she can't have any friends. Regular women will absolutely tear her apart for choosing to be, quote, virgin. That is why they try to shame other women into joining them in their misery, because misery loves company. I've witnessed it. I've known people who were moderately religious and who abstained until marriage. The woman would frequently complain about how the girls at school would tease her, make fun of her, and exclude her because she was choosing to save herself for marriage. They would do this because they intuitively knew that men would take her far more seriously for marriage.